but it's Immortals and Gen.G, two teams that have a pretty storied history of playing up against one another.
Gen.G want to take us right there, and I want to bring up Icebox very quickly because this was one of the key maps that Gen.G took down TSM.
Oh, this stinger is good. Prepare yourselves.
A lot of people have considered TSM look like the best Icebox team in NA right now. So for Gen.G to win Icebox versus TSM is huge. So this could be a Gen.G favored map.
Be planted if it doesn't come at a cost of, again, the stage being tagged down low. Healing orb will be there. GMD on the way forward. Mikhail also able to scout some things out with the Aldrone. They're not sticking for this plan as the slow orb comes through. Gen.G able to find first blood officially as Sean finally gets involved. Backside yellow, Sean's gonna find all 3 kills so far. He gets the 4th. Last player alive is Nature. And will it be Sean for the ace? Nearly. Nature down to 37 HP, needs to try to toggle these players on the spike, not gonna find the kills, and Gen.G's defensive retake will be good. He should hear some footsteps, has to back away, gonna be tagged up just a touch. Second follow-up, win good for the first blood.
4v4, low HP, don't know if the heal's available just yet.
Dodge.
Now coming from the Gen.G side of things, still a post button.
One gate.
I'm pushing there. Close that down, reloading.
Pipes. Dead.
Nice.
Roll down in the choke.
Not looking good. Gangs
Nice, let's go, boys.
No.
Okay, well, never mind. Early spike plant coming to the mix here. Bladestorm up coming through.
You did? Front dead.
One yellow.
Stepping bomb.
Yellow one.
Yellow still dead.
Nice.
Nice, let's go, boys, man.
Finding 3, winning Sean the other 2, and Gen.G go round for round still with Immortals. So for first blood, here comes the retake. JC Stan is going to grip for the resurrection, but Sean comes around, finds himself 2. Chemicals now a part of this mix. Typical 2 for 2. Defensive numbers for Gen.G, but the clock's becoming a bit of a problem. Win finds himself another, and Kusta cleans up the final kill. Aldrone is the first thing forward here. It very well could scout out some of these Gen.G players, but it gets dealt with. In. Up top, finds one, dashes away, gets a second, is he good for a third, goes to the pistol, it's gonna be GMD to finish the kill. It's a 3-for-1 exchange, and Gen.G's defense, a huge advantage in a 4v2.
Now pays off for them.
One current.
That's what I'm with you.
Let's go.
Good shit, Danny.
Can he sense that there's action coming through from behind? He's turning around now. Oh, Barrel betrays him. Mikhail gets a kill. This is possible now as Spike will be planted.
1v2 situation. Mikhail up top. Doesn't read chemicals. So Immortals will take map number 1. It was, let me be honest, a wild first half.
If Gen.G loses this matchup, it's almost like teams that beat TSM, you don't want to get too excited about it anymore because it feels like a bit of a bait. We'll have to see how true that becomes.
Kusa's going to keep some pressure through this B main. Win, meanwhile, has found first blood. That was Chemicals just outside the A archway, and now Gen.G is going to make their way through the middle of the map and play over for a B execute. Shot up first test coming up as he is the only player defensively here. Sidesteps, not intentionally, away from Paranoia. Gets a really nice flashpoint, but Sean still turns on it, gets the overheal, and Gen.G with all 5 members around to the B site.
Yeah, that was the only chance for Immortals to maybe bring one back and have a shot at getting this retake into action with the stingers they have available. It came through on the Quinn, who doesn't want to challenge, would like to be able to escape with his gun.
Quick rotation for Gen.G, coming right into JC Stanny's line of sight. He finds absolutely nothing. So back to 4v4, a wide open A site as well for Gen.G's plan. Immortals want to try to contest this, at least by the look of it. All 4 members are here defensively up towards the rafters. Not going to find much initially. Fault line comes through. That will connect to Mikhail. And the flashpoint. Now everyone will peek. On they go. First good for Mikhail. GMD down low, just trying to hold his life. Nature with the Sheriff, good for 1. GMD in a great position, able to clean things up in combination of Kusta. And Gen.G a flawless start so far, 3-0 up. Help from the Paranoia to come out, but it will be traded back and forth. So vision denied for both sides. Nano Swarm dealt with. JC Stani trying to stay alive. Chemicals not quite hitting some of these op shots.
4 versus 2. Both of the Immortal defenders have arrived. And was shot up down as well. Limited utility. This one will go 6 and 6 now for sure. As Nitro will try and clutch, but can't get it done. Sean with 4 kills. And Gen.G with a good punish as well, where Immortals definitely overstepped the boundaries. And Gen.G will say, well, we'll take the free round then. 6 and 6 for the half.
I'm running back to his B.
They recon B. Flash B.
Johnny W.
They're trying to come
One more
B.
dinked, 1 HP on Omen.
They're flash mid.
Are you coming back, man?
Too close to me. They're swinging on me, man.
I'm trying to get a kill.
There's a lot there.
Nice.
One more.
Nice, one more.
Nice,
Nice.
nice.
Got 1 HP, 1 HP.
Oh, go, Danny.
Just grab 3. He says 4 looks better. Quad feed for win. 3 of them headshots. And somehow, some way, Gen.G win a thrifty defense. That was the real question.
And because
I'm ulting.
Danny, don't chat with them.
They're gonna fight.
Pushing.
They're fighting. They're fighting.
I'm flashing.
Nice, one more.
I'm blind, I'm blind.
They're blind.
Nice.
Immortals have used everything here, though. The only issue I'm having with this is, yes, they do have a Hunter Sphere available for gang, but Showstopper, Lockdown gone, and that's just for the plant. Now that they're in the post spawn, how do they actually hold on to this one? Because this is where Gen.G is going to start committing. They have a lot of util of their own. Empress has been popped from the shadows down to check over towards main. They confirm, is the Hunter Sphere going to follow?
Sean's gotta go. He's gotta be the first one through, and as he gets into the dark cover, it's shot up not for 1, but for 2. Kusta able to find 1 elimination, and he's actually gonna find a second from behind. It's a 2v2 situation with the Hunter's Fury still in play. Kusta pushes through this, finds himself his 3rd kill. Mikhail responds, and Gen.G, there will not be enough time. A touch unfortunate. They made the plays they had to, but the clock was not on their side. So at 13-9, we'll see Immortals taking down Gen.G.
Of names, and that Gen.G roster is one that is starting to become a bit more familiar with Kusta having since joined. They're starting to look better. Obviously, this is their 2nd close quals.
And they've got to get Dicey out of this position. The tailwind to escape, but it's not fast enough. Can't get into the sewers quickly. The spike will go down here for Gen.G.
And unfortunately, things not going even, and Hiko taking so much damage on the way out there as well. So that 3v4 doesn't necessarily feel like that unless Hiko can find himself a solid angle. And with the spike planted, everybody proper on this site for Gen.G. Drone gonna try and find some information. We're lower on HP, but he's got the stinger in hand, and it's the fall damage to actually find the kill onto Steel. Now it's all down to that low HP Hiko win to close it out, and Gen.G looking pretty solid here in that first round.
So they just misremembering the results of that. Game on with the nice shots from the Sheriff. The knives are out as well for Quinn, who dashes past the tripwire. There's one hiding inside.
Whatever he can, trying to spray through the box. Dicey full HP is gonna get deep.
One close default.
Done.
Nice.
Last guy logs.
Nice shot, mate.
The Odin.
Yes, sir.
The Odin goes.
Hoping that they pull resources away, especially with Kusta being in this position. Didn't even see him on the minimap.
One more spawn.
Evan.
Spawn dead.
Evan. He's it.
One's low.
One front sight.
Trying to peek right.
Both
Front
sides.
sight.
Chill.
Omen's low. Last one.
Nice. Nice shot. Yeah, bro, you sick.
So this is actually a little bit scary. Dicey, who's right around the corner, only has a classic but can upgrade early. Unfortunately, spots the barrel first, so it doesn't go that direction. Meanwhile, Phoenix tries to come through with a curveball, and Win is just
To eco round to go your way sometime. That element of surprise as Steel.
I have actually in 3 seconds.
Nice, Danny.
One long, one sewers, I mean.
Channeled you.
Can you go to smoke? Ping!
Yeah,
Flashing now.
Dead.
Nice, last guy maybe default.
Default.
Maybe default.
Nice.
It's a slow play, and unfortunately gets sniffed out there. The shock dart gonna drop the spike, and that flash gonna. Oh, Mikhail just backs away from it all. It's paranoia is short. Curveball doesn't spot anything, and once more the bouncer standing at the door here of this A site, not letting anybody in, not even Dicey. As he goes able to trade one back with the ship.
Asuna has to go big from this position. An updraft over top of the smoke does get them some intel as they start to fly through. That's Kusta to pick off Asuna. That means they've lost control of Garage. They have to be so careful as Kusta gets another one. Hemon now currently up on top of the site. And just like that, Gen.G's made it. Steel's on the flank, but they throw out the hat. They've got that position. They know where it's at. And because of that off-angle position with the spike behind the box, Steel can't quite line it up. So it's double digits for Gen.G on a fantastic 5-on-5 retake with 4 players surviving.
2 out 3. They're going long. They're long. On heavy long.
It's a flash in for you, Jenny. Sean.
So dead.
Flashing default now. I'm dropping now. Long.
One more default.
Last
Last guy
guy.
1v1, last guy default.
30 seconds. Nice, Kenny.
Do I have it?
Yes.
Have it?
Okay, yes, sir, Jenny. Yes, sir.
Let's go, Kenny.
Clutch!
Fire come in from Gen.G as well, as the pulses allow them to get some space onto the site. Time, though, currently is of the essence. You've got Steel inside the cage. Hold on, it's a 4-on-3. They've run out of utility as they're trying to get out onto the site.
I'm Jenny half. Ready,
Last
huh?
guy long.
I'm sitting, right, sitting,
yeah.
right.
Nice.
Got
Got it.
Nice.
We're going to overtime.
God.
Heaps of damage traded back and forth. Dicey walks out not unscathed.
One more. That's
Nice.
Nice, Sean, Kenny.
And Sean from downtown gonna take us to double OT. Cuts the numbers down. Dicey is there. Mikhail was low. Now he was gone. And it's all up for a 2v4. Iman not gonna be good for 4 this time around. Who better than Steel? He creeps on up. He finds the 3K. And 100 Thieves will close it out in OT.
What an incredible first map as 100 Thieves picks up the win, but it takes...
Clutch is the name of the game. That's what's going to separate and finally have somebody really come out on top. Because, again, I think both these teams still riding that high, the very close matchup that we saw in the last.
Back off, which it doesn't look like they will. There's potential here. That's a big nade from Sean. That stops the spike, and now it initiates the movement from that player who's over on A, but it's too late.
I'm counter joining.
I'm just leaving, be honest.
One
That's not my
top
lore.
pipes.
Top pipe, I missed him, and one nest.
Don't you know,
Site.
I'm blind.
Don't you know, yes, bomb, that's
Gotta
bomb.
go. Retake, maybe take.
Locking in back.
No, we're fine, bro. Flash out the right side, flash the right side here.
Killjoy was here.
Pipe. Dead. One nest.
I'm cutting over right now.
Taking nest.
I've been in.
Nice.
That's what was mid, long time ago. He was mid, long time ago. He was mid, long time ago.
That's the op down. Maybe he can do a bit more damage on the back end. The smoke goes through. Now the plant finally.
Position in mid. They just have to wait. They have to allow Nitro to come in on this backstab. They have to make noise to keep them honest. There's the knives coming out, but they didn't wait long enough. Not patient enough for Nitro's lurk. Now everything falls down.
He's fighting backside too.
2 more raptors.
Swing right.
So,
One backside.
Dead.
One in the smoke, one more in the smoke.
Dead.
Sage.
I'm fake planning.
Sofa drone 2.
One dead.
Okay, we never saw this guy.
I'm planning say that.
Got your back.
I'm ready, Sean. I'm you
Could
ready?
be belt.
I'm jumping.
Or
Let's go, boys. Let's go, man.
I went
I
wild.
saw you, bro. You're in
dude,
the
I
crazy.
said swing right, bro. We were an army swinging right side. So yeah.
Because Steel was not anticipating that play being possible because the turret was in that position. Now the res comes through, so Steel is brought back into the fold. Ult's being popped across the board. Demon tries to escape and get into a better position with his ult, but again, it's a numbers advantage here for 100 Thieves, and it's all down to the last remaining player. It's Kusta, who's getting pushed from Kitchen. The Cyber Cage does not get there in time. That's 5 on the round for Nitro, as Gen.G succumb to 100 Thieves. 13-4 in map number 2, nowhere near as close as map 1. Gen.G knocked out